Do you mind if we get the horses in? I think it'd be easier for me to talk if I'm doing something.
I mean, I'm British, so I just naturally mumble. It's a really good way of covering up when you say the wrong word. If people can't hear anything you're saying, then you can't really get it wrong.
This sculpture's it's my Waterloo. It's exactly what I love doing. It's so much bigger than anything I've done before. And you bite off more than you can chew, and you chew like mad.
The pivotal point for me was an elm tree that died of Dutch elm disease, and it was on the driveway to our farm. And it died, and we chopped it up for firewood. It left a real gap in the landscape. I thought I'd just give it a go and do a bit of a sculpture to it. It was quite a learning curve, just using the big old farm chainsaw, and I was going for this grand eagle. It just cut way too much off the tail, so it got smaller and smaller each time, and eventually we ended up with, I wouldn't say a fat pigeon, but a grouse would probably be closer. And I just really enjoyed it, and I think there is something to be said for if you enjoy something, you just keep doing it and you persevere. And the chainsawing really honed my discipline for seeing something inside a mass of timber. It was so cut and dry. There was no room for mistakes. And I think being dyslexic really helped me build a 3D image of the sculpture inside the log before I started. So having 10 years of just looking at a piece of timber, chipping away at it, turning it into something, led me much more easily into working with steel, where I could build and I could add and I could create. And I'm glad I did it that way, and I'm glad it was a chance for my dyslexia to throw me a helping hand. Going through school, it was not much help. I think I owe a lot of my 3D imaging to my dyslexia. The transition from timber to steel came out of necessity. We were moving around a lot. My wife and I lived in Botswana and New Zealand, and I was doing art along the way, but it was very hard, having been so spoilt for choice with the timber and having the chainsaws and all the kit, whereas I found every farm had a welder. There was always scrap steel to work with, so I was sort of forced into it as a medium. I did really enjoy the process of adding as opposed to subtracting. It was very liberating, especially in sense of scale and size and an element of forgiveness. You could make a mistake. You didn't get that so much for chainsawing. You make a mistake, it was gone. I still make mistakes. I think that's kind of the beauty of it, is you can still make mistakes, and sometimes they make for a better work. You iron some of them out, but the others stay in. It gives you the character of a handmade piece. I was very, very fortunate growing up to have horses around as part of our life. And that mostly came through Mum. Dad rode, he had horses too, but Mum was the driving force. She put us all through our pony clubs, and a lot of the riding in the UK isn't romantic, it's just riding to compete. Whereas in Australia, there's a certain romance of horse riding, there's that country thing that's still very much alive and well. And I really appreciated the writings of Eileen Mitchell, especially the Silver Brumby that my mum got me into as a youngster, and I found it quite funny that that sort of romance of the high country, which inspired me so much, has probably indirectly led me here to where I am. Just funny things that my mum wasn't taught, but she'd just figure out, and she'd sort of say, if the girth could touch the floor, then it would wrap around the horse's belly. They've never proven, but it's still something that I do to this day. I put it on and run it down to the ground and just see absolutely no scientific fact to that at all, just a theory. This is something I think is really important with horses, is that you're hands-on with them. I guess motorbikes and things, you got to clean and maintain, but horses, you always keep a physical connection with them. Even when you're not riding them, just being around them. And from a sculptor's point of view, you get a 3D map from your hands. It's really lucky. You can close your eyes and you can still imagine where the joints are and how they work, and because that sort of knowledge is visceral. You can't learn it on YouTube. You have to go and put the miles in. Maybe there will be a robot that grooms your horse for you one day, but I highly doubt it. And I highly doubt that these horses will put up with it. This piece of work that I'm working on at the moment it's exactly the sort of job I want to be doing. It's big scale, equine sculpture for a town that holds rodeo very dear. I've chosen 3 disciplines of rodeo, which is a barrel racer, a roper, and a buck jumper. At a first glance, it looked like the horses are running wild in nature or in a field, but when you break each sculpture down individually, of the 3, you should be able to notice that the barrel racer is leaning around the barrel and the roper is hitting the brakes as the steer's been roped and he's taking up the tension, and then the buck jumper is bucking as if he's got a strap around his waist. You just appreciate horses, you can appreciate that sculpture as it is at that level, and then if you appreciate rodeo, I think you can read into it a bit further. And I think the spirit of the rodeo is something that does need to be preserved, and so that spirit is something I would like to capture. And so if I can get a snapshot of rodeo, if you can look at this sculpture and get a feel of rodeo from it, then I hope that kindles that flame of rodeo that is something that can easily fall by the wayside. It's certainly been a weird time. While I started with this sculpture, Mum passed away. It was a huge blow to me. As I said before, she was a huge inspiration, and I just always I had the chance to talk to her and get feedback from her about my sculptures. And this sculpture, she was really excited for. It's the last sculpture that I'll have been able to get her opinion on. It'll always be a very important sculpture to me, this one. It's a culmination of all that she passed on to me, that love of the horse, the art. When I complete an element of it, or if I'm unsure of something, I take a photo of it. And my first thought is just, I'll flick it across to Mum and see what she says, get a second opinion. It's certainly going to be a direct one. I miss that a lot. As I wheeled that last sculpture into place in the paddock and saw all 3 together, I was quite blown away with how much feeling it evoked in me. It went from 3 individual sculptures to a herd of horses, and that was such a special moment for me. Really proud of them, how they ended up. The response to them was fantastic. I got a huge amount of joy in watching people coming down the hill and seeing the sculptures all there for the first time. Every time you put your work out in front of the public, you wear your heart on your sleeves, and it's quite an adrenaline-inducing moment, because as much as you say it doesn't matter, everyone else's opinions do add up. I had such a high from completing them, having this viewing with our friends, and then the next day we loaded them up onto a big truck. Like 6 months of building and building and building, and then just done and gone. If Mum's legacy looks like anything, it's doing something that you're passionate about and taking it forward, taking it as far as you can. I hope that my kids pick up on that. I hope it transcends the generations and they get that gift from her through me. As one door closes, others open. So I'm excited to see where this next sculpture takes me and how the next chapter of life works out alongside it.